DCeased, the Unkillables issue 2, Tom Taylor writing with Carl Moster on the art. The last issue, left us off with Red Hood and Cass and Jim Gordon at the orphanage, and it was a Bloodhaven, and then we had the villains in the weird Tree Island place.
Tree Lobsters.
Tree Lobsters.
Team Tree Lobster.
Team Tree Lobster. Yes, Creeper. I'm a Creeper fan all of a sudden. I don't know what Tom Taylor. What have you done to me? How does Tom Taylor keep doing this? I'm reading this issue and it's just so full. It's like every idea he could possibly have about how to use, say, Mirror Master in the context of this crisis. And it just, everything plays perfectly.
He understands not just the group dynamics, right? But he understands characterization in the greater DCU, I think. And from over his work at Marvel, from what I've read too, like, I know you really like his Wolverine, right? Wasn't that kind of similar, right? He just knows how to use
the
characters,
just
and
trusting that, because he had Dakin in that series, and I can care less about Dakin, but he was fine in that book.
And so here, like, he understands what makes Vandal Savage work, and Deathstroke, and it's just all of them. And I mean, Shiva and Cass in this, it's just perfect.
You got the way you got Rose and playing off of Slade as well.
Yeah, you got all these dynamics. The book starts off. It doesn't quite bookend. It's a little bit before the end, but it starts with Gordon and Red Hood kind of debating if they should kill the zombies that they've got locked up in like the gym or whatever it is, and Gordon's like, no, they're still kids, they're still people. We can't just kill them.
Not anymore, bud.
Yeah. And obviously, you've watched a lot of zombie movies. We're all at the point where we're like, yeah, they're zombies. They just kill them. But obviously, you get why in a real world situation that you wouldn't jump to believing that.
And Slade's even like, who'd you lose? Because I know that look. I lost both of my boys.
Oh yeah, that comes much later. Yeah.
Oh, does that?
Oh yeah, because that's not until Slade's there. Slade's not here yet.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, because Slade's because they're talking about because they hear on the radio that they hear the broadcast of Lois and all the heroes leaving leaving Earth.
Yeah, and so they talk about the two sanctuaries, the Gotham jungle, and which I feel now he's seeding stuff for later.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, DCeased 2.
It's going to be two completely separate civilizations, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're right. And Themyscira, and we saw what happened there in DCeased, and I like that Gordon's like, well, no, that's a whole city away. We can't risk it.
It's like,
so
we could get there, but not with all the kids.
So we get this idea where Shiva's like, I need to see my daughter to Mirror Master. Yeah. So it's like, oh, we can use Mirror Master to get around. This is kind of fancy. Like, they've got this tactic, right? Which set up last issue. But she shows up at the orphanage, and she wants to talk to Cass, and Mirror Master's like, oh, we need to go. Can we move this on? Vandal Savage is going to be pissed if we took this little trip. We're not supposed to, kind of thing. And Cass is like, I'll come, but only if I can bring everyone else with me. If I can bring the kids and everyone, then sure.
Yeah.
And then they start
a little bit of a fight.
Yeah, then they start to fight, and it's the two greatest martial artists in the DCU going shot for shot.
Well, yeah, the best part of this is that Shiva, Jason thinks he's breaking it up, and Shiva just kicks him in the face, and he gets
that image.
Floored.
I got the KO from Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
I can hear it.
But the best part of all this, though, is that when Shiva decides to leave, because Mirror Master's leaving, he says it's time to go. Cash just says, you could stay, but before she goes, and she's like, goodbye, daughter. I'm like, oh, Shiva, you cold-hearted bitch. Like,
of course. That's why she calls herself Orphan.
Oh, obviously, yeah. So that was great stuff. Savage is pissed about this when they get back, though, and everyone's like, "Okay, we have to calm down. We're a bunch of supervillains. We can't get mad at each other." They're experimenting on Creeper, and he wants to experiment on because actually, speaking about KOs, Deathstroke being punched in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff. But they want to try and use the regenerating abilities because they're both immune to the virus. So they're like, oh, we need to try and fix this, but using your DNA. But then, of course, Rose comes in, kills Vandal Savage, or stabs him in the back at least.
Yeah. It's not going to kill him, but it'll slow him down.
Yeah.
Right.
And they want to get out of here. And unfortunately for them, because Rose reminds everyone, hey, I can see, a little bit into the future. And she sees something, goes, oh my god, run. And she's like, wait, what is it? What did you see? He's like, I don't want to spoil a surprise. Next page, zombie Wonder Woman comes crashing through the wall.
Wonder Woman's never been more terrifying.
Vandal's like, I've lived for 53,000 years. I'm really surprised.
Right.
And then that comes through and just goes, oh shit.
Yep.
Wonder Woman's a zombie, and she rips him in half.
Yep.
And just let me clarify. When I say in half, I don't mean she grabs a leg and a head and rips him that way. No, she splits him down the middle.
Bilaterally. You know,
So
cleaves
good.
him with her hands. Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh shit, we can't take on like zombie superheroes. Like they're going to like destroy us."
Into the mirror.
Yeah, so Mirror Master actually escapes them to the orphanage because that's the last place they'd been. He goes back for Cold though, and of course Mirror Master gets bit because Cold's already turned by that point.
That's the most classic zombie moment any of these books have done yet, as well, with the Cold just coming up behind him and biting him.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the beauty of Tom King. I don't like Mirror Master's probably not in my top rogues. However, him getting bit by zombified Cold and seeing their relationship because they're rogues early on, it left me out going, oh shit, when it happened.
Yep.
So yeah.
This is so good, and it gives us this wonderful thing where he set up these two camps, and now he throw them together here, and it was like, okay, after a minute, they're like, okay, they're not coming, Mirror Master and Cold aren't coming. And we have to deal with the fact, okay, now we have this team of villains. We have Deathstroke, we have Bane, we have Shiva, we have Creeper and Cheetah, and now they're going to have to coexist with Red Hood and Gordon and Cass and these orphans. And it's like, okay, how does this work? And we get this insane montage of like, okay, this is how the supervillains kind of start to integrate, and they start to teach the kids classes, and we get
Before that,
Deadshot.
I like how Deathstroke pulls Gordon aside as well, and be like, look, you need to step up and kind of get in there and lead this. Otherwise, Bane's going to take charge. And I don't think you want that.
Yeah. No. And he even says, like, you don't think you had corrupt cops under your command when you were commissioner. Look, you can do this without having to trust them all. And I like this idea that Slade is also kind of taking a role here as being second in command, but he knows that he can't be the leader. He's like, no, Gordon, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
So
he knows the roles.
Yeah.
No, Deadshot training them with slingshots. And then looking at that one kid.
In fact, it's before the montage where they insist to kill the zombies, and like it's that moment where Slade's like, "Look, we'll do this," and Jason sort of joins in as well. So we have to do this, and it's this dark thing. But yeah, we get this insane panel of all the kids staring at the villains and like, okay, how do we coexist now? And we get them teaching different lessons. We have there's just little details here where Cass and Shiva are teaching them hand-to-hand combat, and Cass like says good, and I just see Shiva behind her go adequate.
Right.
Yeah, or even Creeper saying witty things to say when beheading the undead.
I love that that's his lesson. I'm like, yes, Creeper, get in there. I'm so in for this.
Bane doing, what was he doing? History?
I believe so.
Yeah. Like everyone, and also, moment of the issue, surely it has to be the kid petting Cheetah and saying good kitty.
Good kitty.
Yeah, you're a good teacher and a good kitty.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's never that wondrous, if you ask me. I like that she's still being petty.
Yeah.
Right? About zombie. Also, one of them saying that they can't understand Bane through the mask because it's too muffled.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Oh, so good.
Where's my cat? Huh? Where's my cat? Is too muffled, you say?
As well, like the kid being really upset that they're only getting slingshots and not guns, and Deadshot's like, how about I teach you how to cave in a skull with a slingshot?
That's I love that one too. Yeah.
So good. And then the weird like dad skills of Deathstroke when he sees like he sees his daughter and Red Hood like talking. He's like, "Are you two a thing now?" And like, what are you talking about? It's like, look, you might as well get it while you can because there's not a lot of options anymore. So you might as well shut up.
Care.
This is such a weird thing for a dad to say to his daughter.
Yeah, well, they've never been the typical family.
He's like, yeah, you should probably, not a lot of happy out there. You should find it where you can. We're probably all going to die screaming. So he's doing it in not a go screw in the van. He's not like it's not like he's saying that.
But it's borderline that. Like it's like you two haven't sex.
Also him telling the kid the dad won't wait. You get up if you fall. Don't waste time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, Slade. Like
he is like the shitty gym teacher, isn't he?
Yeah. And even Rose been like, I know you're about to kiss me because you can see it in the future. It's a kind of an oddly sweet moment. But of course, after that, we get the real horror of the book where Mirror Master can travel through mirrors, and he can still do that even as a zombie. So we get him coming through the mirror behind Bane, who has taken off his mask to alleviate the concerns from before, but he was too muffled.
It's so weird seeing Bane just like that, isn't it?
So yeah, so Bane actually gets nabbed from behind. His Venom tank gets. I mean, we see blood, so he is scratched as well. It's not just the Venom.
Oh yeah, no, he falls to the virus.
And we see people get like Deadshot gets like grabbed through the mirror and pulled in, and the Gordon's left behind, and we just see the 2 feet fall from the mirror, like solidifying again.
Yep.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, and to be fair, Deadshot does that trying to save the kid, and jumping in his place, and he does.
The kid that he taught how to cave in a skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does this thing where it's like, no, this virus is smart, and it basically upped the odds because it couldn't get in here. It wanted to get in here to get to everyone, and Bane runs out, creates a hole, and now all the zombies can get in. So hell of a cliffhanger getting to your 3rd and final issue. I love this. Everything about this issue was like characters playing off each other in ways that we've not seen before, but make complete sense given who they are. It was like forcing these villains to work with the kids, and oddly kind of sweet in doing so. Like in a few pages, it was like, oh, this is kind of sweet seeing like Cheetah bond with this kid, or it was kind of sweet seeing Bane teach history, or Creepers cracking jokes. Like this was, and I assume some of these characters will probably pop up in DCeased 2 as well. Like, they'll maybe end up teaming up in DCeased 2 with maybe it'll even end with them getting to the
one of the sanctuaries.
Well, let's see who's left alive first.
I don't think it'll be all of them. I think there'll be a few that survive.
Oh no, there's gonna be one, whether it's Slade or Gordon, one of the 2 leaders is gonna get it, Poseidon Adventure style. So yeah,
loved it.
God damn it.
Much
I
like
hate just always giving Tom Taylor's books like the crazy high praise and score, but they're always just that damn good.
I feel like they are much like last time. Like some weird faces here or there, that aren't particularly great, but for the most part, it's pretty solid in terms of what the overall book is doing. So no, wonderful stuff. Everything's just so inventive and fun, and everything plays true to the characters. And while doing all this, also makes me a fan of someone that I never really thought about before. So, credit where credit is due. Matt, what are you giving DCeased the Unkillables issue 2?
I'm giving it, because I'm not the art's good. I'm not a fan of it. It's a little bit too quietly, and I'm not a quietly guy. I know it's insane to some people. It's still too much like that. So I gotta shave this a little and just give it a 9.
Connor, what are you giving it?
I'm also going a 9, but that wasn't with me shaving anything off. Not really.
Yeah, I am also going to give it a 9 as well. And again, if the art was more if those faces weren't there, it might have got a 9.5.